What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Backwoods, and today we're replacing a wood stove gasket. Okay guys, so I have a wood stove in the house, my small wood stove that the gasket in the corner of the door has started to peel out. It pretty much happens every year. I use the product that comes with the gasket itself. It comes with a little bottle of gasket adhesive. The same company also makes a gasket cement, which is what I'm going to be using this time, and hopefully it's better. I feel like it's going to be better. It seems like more of a solid product. So anyways, we're going to try the new product. It's the same process, either product you use, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, so just every year I have to replace the gasket, so I'm hoping that, you know, this new product I'll be able to go a year or two without, you know, a couple years without replacing the gasket would be nice. It's always the glue that peels, never the gasket that's burnt out, right? So I'm hoping this stuff's better. I've also heard that people use what's that stuff? High heat cement, high heat caulking. So I will maybe I'll try some of that next time if this doesn't work. Maybe that's all this stuff is. I mean, it kind of looks like caulking. Seems like similar texture, feels the same, so I don't know, maybe that's what it is anyways. But so yeah, I'm gonna go into the house. We're gonna pull the door off the wood stove. I'm gonna bring it back out to the shed. It's a heated shed, so it's good to work in here. And then we're gonna clean up the door and apply the new gasket, and then I'll bring it back into the house and fire up the wood stove. Okay guys, so this is my wood stove, or one of my wood stoves. You can see that on the inside the gasket in the corner has jumped off the rail, and it's causing it to just pull a lot of air through there. That's not making a proper seal anymore. So I just replaced this gasket last year, so that is disappointing in the glue that I used, but we'll talk about that in a bit. For right now, I'm gonna pull this off, and I'm going to clean the glass while I got it off. I'm going to pull the gasket out. If you want to watch another video, I'll put a link right here. You can watch how I clean my glass, but I'm not going to make you guys watch that. Yeah, so since this model of stove, you can actually just pull the door off. That's what I'm going to do, and it'll make this job a lot easier. So I'm going to pull that off, and we are going to take it out to the shed. Okay, so I got my wood stove door in my shop right now. I got all the tools that I'm going to need to get the job done. I got the gasket. I have this cement, wood stove gasket cement. It comes with an adhesive, but I don't like it. I'm going to pull it out and I'll show you, and I'll tell you why I don't like this stuff. I've never tried this stuff. I'm hoping that it is much, much better. It feels better. It feels more thick on the inside. It's made by the same company, so if this was better, I don't know why they wouldn't just put this in here and save everyone buying this, because this comes with every gasket that you buy. In my area, I can't even find a gasket without this stuff. So it's kind of weird. I'm hoping this is much better. But anyways, we're going to use this. We're going to use the tape to tape the new gasket on and hold it in place while we install the door. Got the wire brush to clean out the cavity where the gasket goes. And actually what we're going to do, if you have one of these are better. I'm going to put this in the drill, this wire brush. You could, if you had to, use a wire brush like these, I'm sure. But I just like using this one better. It works better for me. And if you don't have these, of course you can just use a wire brush, right, to clean out the inside there. Okay, so right now, first I'm going to pull the gasket out, and then I'm gonna clean the window. So just gonna pop this gasket out here, which it comes out pretty easily, which is pretty troubling because I just installed this gasket midway through last winter. And I followed the directions on this bottle perfectly. You can see the glue is still there in some places. I don't know. I've used this glue a bunch, and I don't like it. Every year I have to replace the gasket, which is kind of brutal. So I'm hoping that I can get more than a year out of this. Maybe in a year, if this is still holding strong, I'll do another video comparing the two and let you guys know what I think. But okay, so now I got that off. I'm gonna go clean the glass, and then I'll get back with you before I start cleaning the cavity. So I've got the glass cleaned up here. I didn't go too crazy, you know, because I'm still gonna make a little bit of a mess here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this wire brush attachment for a drill, and I'm gonna wire brush all the inside of this, get all that excess glue out of there, and prep the surface to receive the new glue. Okay, again, if you don't have a drill in this, you can always use a wire brush and do this by hand. It's not a big deal. It does the same job, just takes a little bit longer and a little bit more elbow grease. Okay, so I'm gonna set up my camera here, and then and we'll start cleaning this up with the drill. Okay, so you should probably wear safety glasses for this, and definitely make sure that you do not hit your hand with the wire brush part, because that would suck. Okay, so again, if you only have the hand wire brush, you just get in there, you know, clean it up. Cleans up pretty good, right? But I got this, it makes it easier for the corners and stuff. So let's see. That does a pretty good job. Just dump that dust out of there. Okay, you can see that's pretty clean compared to what it was. I'm just gonna clean the rest of it now. I'll probably put that in high speed so you don't have to wait for me. Okay, so that's pretty clean. I'm gonna take just a paper towel and some water. Okay, get your paper towel wet and just kind of clean out that groove, get the dust out of there, and that way you can see if there's any leftover glue, which I do see a little bit already. Okay. Okay, so I got that all cleaned out now. I can still kind of see a little bit of extra glue up here, and I think there's a little bit left here. I'm just going to give it a quick once over again, and then I'm going to wipe it down and let it dry. Okay, so I'm just going to let it dry, and then we'll come back and we'll put the gasket on. So now that it's all dry, I'm gonna dust it out just quickly, and then I'm gonna put in the gasket cement. As I said before, I'm gonna be using this stuff, this gasket cement, as opposed to the gasket adhesive that came with it. I've used this a lot, and I don't like it. You saw how easily the gasket peeled up there. It happens every year. Every year it gets brittle, and I basically replace it once a year. I don't like this stuff. I did also want to note, and I don't know if this is talking about the glue or if it's talking about the rope. But it says withstands temperatures up to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit or 538 degrees Celsius. This gasket glue is pretty much double that. It's 1,093 Celsius and 2,000 Fahrenheit. So it withstands much more temperature than either the rope or the glue. This doesn't really give any information on it, but I imagine that this means the glue. So I think that this stuff is going to be a lot better. Again, like I said, I'm going to make a video at some point later and let you know what I think about that. And if I think this is better, like in a year or two, I'll make a video and let you know if I think this is better. So yeah, so now I'm going to sweep this all out. And I'm going to, oh, actually, you know what? I will note too, this stuff is very thin. It's, when you work with this stuff, it's like that, super glue, like that really thin super glue, right? Versus this stuff feels like a caulking, almost. Like it's pretty like gummy. It's got some good texture to it, right? So we'll see once we get it out of the tube, but I feel like this stuff has more body to it than this. This is just like runny, and I don't know. For this, the instructions, it says put a bead of 1/8 on there, and I don't know, it never seems like enough, but this doesn't give any instruction on size of bead. It says to put as much as you need, basically. And the other difference between these two, this takes 1 hour before you can start a fire, and this takes 12. So this you have to wait overnight, and this one you have to wait an hour. So I'm hoping that this stuff works a lot better, and we'll just stick with using this stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna dust this out quickly, get any remaining dust out of the cavity. Also, I want to note too the rope size. Mine is 5/8. I don't know what yours is. You have to measure it. That'll be the distance here. I have one stove that's 5/8 and one that's 1/2 inch. So you have to buy the right size, and they make like 3 or 4 different sizes. If I had compressed air, I would be using it right now. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now I'm gonna apply the glue, the cement. So we're ready to put the cement into the gasket crevice. The instructions say, knead contents to uniform consistency, cut tube tip to desired bead width, caulk necessary amount into opening, press gasket firmly into cement, allow 1 hour for setting, heat gradually when starting first fire for heat cure. Okay, so basically it says knead, I guess just press it around until it's uniform consistency. I guess maybe some of this stuff settles a little bit. So I'm just gonna squish it around. It all feels pretty uniform right now anyway, so I'm sure it would be fine. Maybe this is just for stuff that sits on the shelf longer. So I think that's good. Make sure you guys have a sharp pair of scissors, not only for cutting the tip of this, but for cutting the gasket. And we're going to cut the gasket after we put the cement in, because if you put the gasket in, run it around, cut it to length, the next time you go to put it in, it may have stretched a little more, or it might be a little bit less when you put it in. Then you're going to have to adjust it with all the caulking in there. So that's not a good idea. So basically we're going to put the cement in first, and then we're going to put the gasket on and cut the gasket, okay? So I'm going to cut just a small bead size there, because I don't think we need a lot. I may have even gone a little bit too much there, but that's okay. It's not coming out. Maybe I have to pop it with a nail or a screw. Oh my god, really? Wow, what is up with this product? Wow. That is not what I wanted to happen. Wow. This is not good. This is not a good look for Imperial. This is not good at all. Like, I'm having to squeeze like really hard to get this stuff out, and I don't know, I don't think it should be this hard. I think something's going on. Probably just bought some old last year's product. Home hardware. Wow. Just does not want to come out. You know, this stuff comes in a caulking tube. I don't think I'll ever buy it like this again. That is crazy. Wow. Just ridiculous. Okay, well, I'm going to put this in high speed for you guys because this is just, man, this is going to be even worse to watch than it is to actually do it. Wow, okay, so that was just absolutely painful. That was just, oh, that was ridiculous. They make this stuff in a caulking tube. I'll never buy it in that again. Because I don't know if it's supposed to be that hard, but that was ridiculous. Like, man, my hands are like cramped up from that. Like, I can imagine that some people might not even be able to do that. So, because that took so long, I'm going to have to do this quickly here. Okay. So, I'm going to start the seam right at the top in the center. This is the top of the door here. Doesn't have to be exact. Okay, and I'm going to lay this along. I'm not stretching it at all. I'm just following the cavity, and I'm pushing it into the gasket cement while I'm doing that. And just kind of roll the rope naturally around the corners. Don't force it. Don't twist it any way it doesn't want to go. Just let it roll around the corners. It's almost like this stuff's already hard and it's only been like a minute. Okay. So press it in to the cement. Okay. Now that we got that all in there, you want to go around one more time and just make sure that the gasket's not falling out, that it's in where it needs to be, that it's not too scrunched up but not too stretched out. Okay, push it in there. Then we're gonna make the cut. Again, make sure you have sharp scissors. These ones aren't too sharp, but they'll do. Okay, better to make the cut a little bit long than a little bit short, because you can always take more off, but you can never put more back on. Okay, so that is pretty good there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape these corners on. I'm going to tape it all on so that when I go to tip it to put it on the door, it's not going to fall. Okay, alright, I'm going to bring this back in the house and put it onto the wood stove now. Okay, so I'm back at the wood stove here. I have the door here. I'm just going to check the corners again, make sure the gaskets are still in the right spots. Check all along the edges too. Everything looks good. And now I'm going to drop the door in place. Easier said than done. Okay, and now I'm going to close it, and I'm going to put pressure on it so that it really gets into the glue. I'm going to leave it like that for an hour, and then I'm going to start a fire. I'm going to slowly build up the heat, and then eventually bring it to high heat, you know, over an hour or two. But you want to start slow so that it can cure the glue slow. If you go too hot, I think it messes with the curing process. So, gasket's all done. Now I just gotta fire it up to cure the glue. And I'm just gonna burn some softwood right off the bat, just so it stays low. And then I'll slowly add some better wood. Okay guys, so there you have it. We applied the new gasket to the door, and we had some trouble there. I mean, that stuff was really hard to work with. I don't know if maybe I didn't cut far enough down on the nozzle, or I don't know. To me, it seemed like maybe that was an old product. Maybe I bought some old gasket cement that just, I don't know, it seemed like, you know, when you plug the nozzle or something and you just can't push the rest of it out. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like the stuff at the top of the bottle or the like tube was like maybe dry or something. I don't know. So anyways, that was a struggle, but I got it done. I think it's in there set. I think it took me too long to get the stuff out. I think maybe some of it got a little bit tacky before I even applied the gasket, but then smushing the gasket into it, it should sink into it. But yeah, it took way too long to get that out. So I don't know. Maybe I didn't cut far enough down on the tip. But I don't know. Either way, though, that stuff does seem much better. It seems like a way better product than the other stuff. The other stuff is maybe, you know what? I'm gonna add a clip of the other stuff right now. But it's thin. It's very thin, and it's just like watery. Like really, compared to the stuff that we just put on, is more like a caulking. It's got some substance to it, and it feels like it's gonna grab onto the door and to the gasket much better. So hopefully that lasts longer. I'll let you know. Maybe I'll do an update in a year, or next time I have to replace that gasket, I'll do another replacement video and I'll let you guys know how it went. And maybe if it didn't go good, maybe I'll try some high heat cement or something like that. I don't know. Like, if there's a better product, let me know in the comments. Keep in mind I live in Canada, so it's hard for me to get stuff. I may have to like order stuff online, or like really if you go into the stores here, all you can find is this Imperial stuff, right? Like, I haven't seen any other gasket glue anywhere else, and like if I have, it looks like it comes in the same bottle, and it's probably just the same stuff rebranded. So anyways, if this is your first time here, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys on the next one.